And I want to welcome you also to this Zoom presentation. I'm really excited to share this business with you. I see we have very many new people from different places. I see people from Kangundo. I see people from Tanzania. I see people from in South Africa, the Eastern Cape, the usual culprits, Joyce and Howard Kingu. I see people from Nakuru. I see people from Wandera Ronald from Kampala, Uganda. I want to welcome all of you very much for this presentation. Somebody from Nakuru, Joseph Omoti from Kampala, Uganda. There is one person I saw last presentation that really excited me. I saw, I think, Lina from Iten in Kenya, and that's where I went to school. So when I saw that, I was very, very excited. So for those of you who are guests, the business we want to share with you today could transform your life beyond your wildest dreams. As long as you have two things. One, you have an open mind. Number two, you make a decision to get started. The rest, you're going to learn as you get along. So without further ado, let me share with you the screen to show you what this business can do for us. Just give me one moment when I set a slideshow so that you can start from the beginning. As Paula said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I am trained as a civil engineer. And what is our mission in this company? Our mission in this company is very, very simple: to make the world a healthier and a happier place. As most of you are aware, at the moment, of income, and people are really looking for something to make their lives better, to improve their health, to improve their finances, but also to have a stable family life, because a lot of people work extremely hard, but they don't see the benefit of the work that they do. So today we're going to share with you a business idea. This is an idea that really transformed my life and Betty. That's my wife, Betty. We've been in this business about 24 years now. And the reason why we started this business is very simple. We started this business to make extra money. And originally, our goal was to earn an extra $200 a month to supplement my income as a civil engineer. Because when I was growing up, my father used to say, son, go to school, get a good education, get a good job with the government, and you'll be successful. So I did that, did a course in civil engineering in Nairobi, Kenya. Came to South Africa, did a postgraduate course at Wits University. But when I finished my postgraduate course, there was not a single increase in my income, and that really frustrated me. So when we came to South Africa, I told Betty that, look, our family is growing, we need to do other things to generate extra income. I thought of doing bookkeeping, so that we can keep people's books to earn extra income. But I needed to go through training to study bookkeeping, study elementary accounting, so that to keep people's books. Around that time, a friend of Betty called her and told her, look, Betty, I know you have a sick child. I'd like to introduce you to the business that you can run from your house. Nobody asks about your qualification. Nobody asks about your experience. As long as you're willing to learn, you can do the business. So they came to our house, explained the business, and it took us a day or two to decide. And when we decided and I understood the concept, I did not look back. For 3 days, I never slept, because for the very first time, I found a business that nobody asks you your experience. As long as you're willing to work, you're willing to learn, and you have a positive mind, you can reach any level of income that you choose. I remember our first bonus check was $3, and after 7 months, our income reached $1,000, and that really got me excited. I decided this business was going to be part of my future career. And as they say, the rest is history. In fact, the rest is not only history, but for me, it is the beginning of a new venture. Though Betty and I have been in the business for 24 years, every day in this business, I feel as if I'm starting the business again. So I'd like to share with you the business. Now, a few things I'd like to mention what this business is not. This business is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This business requires you to be patient, requires you to work, requires you to learn. So we say our business is a 2 to 5 year plan, not a 40-40-N plan. I'm sure some of you know what a 40-40-N plan is. 40-40-N plan means you work for 40 hours a week for 40 years and you end up with nothing. I remember one of my friends called Simon Jelle normally says that when you work in a traditional business and you retire, they give you a watch. And when you put the watch in your ear, it makes a sound going, as if telling you you've wasted all your years. So I'm here to share with you a business that will transform your life in a 2 to 5 year period if you're willing to work. The second thing I want to mention about this business is not a pyramid scheme. What is the difference? The difference between this business and a pyramid scheme is this. A pyramid scheme, there's no product or service offered, number one. Number two, there is no regulatory body that controls or regulates that industry or that scheme. Number three, it is illegal. Number four, the people who start it are always the people who win. In our business, the people who work the hardest are the ones who earn the most. For example, Betty and I have got people in our organization who are earning much more money than we do. Why? Because they have built their structure correctly. Okay. Network marketing is a legitimate business. There's a product or service offered. Our company makes health and cleaning products and skincare products. Number two, it is regulated by the Direct Selling Association. And number three, there is longevity, which means this is a business that will stay for a long time. Our company has been in existence since 1958. So I'm sure the leaders in our business know what we are doing. But what is this business? What is this network marketing? Network marketing is a system of distribution of goods and services. In traditional business, you have a manufacturer and a consumer. So a product gets from a manufacturer to the consumer through middlemen. For example, I remember about 10 years, if not 9 to 10 years ago, I went to do this presentation in Lusaka, Zambia. And in the crowd, there was a lady who was working with a beverage company. I will not mention which one, but she told us 330 ml or tin of that beverage, the factory price after they've costed the labor, the plant, the material would cost 600 kwacha. By the time it reaches the supermarket, the same size of drink would cost 3,600 kwacha. Why is that? Because between the manufacturer and the end consumer, people called middlemen keep adding to the cost of the product. One, the retailers, two, the wholesalers, three, the distributors, four, advertising, five, lawyers, accountants, people who keep adding to the cost of the product, but don't add any value to the product. We call these people middlemen. Why? Because they don't add any value. So what we do in our business is between the manufacturer and the consumer, we have a distributor like myself or some of my colleagues who are watching this presentation. I would also want to share with you, I see somebody scratching on the screen. Just give me a moment. Let me fix this. Okay. I'd like to discuss with you the keys to building wealth. What are the things that you need to do to build wealth? The first thing, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services, okay? If you get involved in distribution of goods and services, that is the first path to becoming very, very wealthy. If you look at the largest corporations or the wealthiest men on earth, they are always involved in distribution of something, goods or services. Number two, you need a global reach. Why is that important? For example, if Betty and I here opened a shop to sell our products, only the people in our streets would be able to buy our products. But because we are using a network marketing business, our business at the moment is operating in about 11 countries around the world. In Africa, we have about 8 countries. Then we've got distributors in the US, in Sweden, in Scotland, in Australia. Okay? So this business gives you a global reach. The third thing you need to have to build wealth is called leverage. What is leverage? Leverage simply means you learn to multiply your time and effort. You see, my friend, you and I have 24 hours a day. I assume you sleep at least 8 hours. You spend 2 to 3 hours either having a meal or involved in transport to and from work. The rest of the time you sleep, you spend time working. Assuming you work 8 to 10 hours a day. You see, if you depended only on your effort, on your time, you'd never be wealthy because it's limited. When you find a business system that is able to multiply your time, then you're going to increase the amount of reach your business can. That is what is called leverage. Number 4, you need to get involved in consumable products. Why? Because they have a repeat sale. You see, you and I are going to use soap until the day we die. Today you use soap, tomorrow you use soap, and the day after you use soap. And when you buy soap and it is finished, what do? You go and buy some more. So that is a good business. So you need consumable, unique, and high quality products. Okay? And then you need a business system. What is that? A business system is a processes, procedures, tools, equipment that you use to run your business so that the owner of the business doesn't have to be there personally. That is what we mean by a business system. And the easier the business system is to teach, the faster your business will grow. So we believe in a business system that is easily teachable. And the last thing is timing. What does that mean? It means that you need to bring either your business system or a product to the marketplace because the need for that product or service is very high. At the moment, with the COVID-19 and the loss of jobs around the world, I think our business is very, very well placed to serve a lot of people, especially in the African continent. So those are the keys to building wealth. Okay? Now, some situations that I find very, very exciting. In fact, one of the entrepreneurs whose books I've read with a lot of joy is Mr. Richard Branson. He said, if someone invites you to join a network marketing business, join the business even if you don't know what it's all about. Be patient and learn the process gradually and relentlessly. If you do that, you're going to reach levels of income that you've never thought possible. I think there's somebody who is really in love with our screen. Let me just fix it again and go back to our presentation. Okay. So I feel the situation as at June 2020. In fact, I read a follow-up review from the International Labour Organization. At the end of June, 150 million jobs were lost worldwide. At the end of July, this number was 195 million jobs lost worldwide, according to the International Labour Organization. What does that tell you? It tells you there are millions of people who are waiting for you to show them this business. Okay, so people are looking for alternative ways to generate income. To start a business, for example, in South Africa, if you want to buy a franchise or if you want to start a business that will earn you $6,000 per month, you need to invest 150,000 US dollars and wait for 24 months to break even. That means to come to a place where you haven't made a loss and you haven't made a profit. It takes $150,000. But the strange thing is, the number one reason for businesses failing is people are selling products or services that people don't need. And I find that really astounding. Because before you start a business, you need to know, do people really need my product or service? Okay. Now, let's go to Neolife. Our company is called Neolife. An excellent company started by a man called Jerry Brasfield. He's the founder and the past CEO. He founded this company when he was 19 years old. Why did he start the company? Because he had serious asthma as a child, and when his mother gave him natural remedies, he recovered, and they decided I might as well share this concept or idea with people. That's when Neolife was founded. Okay, and why has it lasted all this long? It has lasted all this long because Neolife believed in certain principles. The first one is called absolute integrity and honesty. What we say is what we do. What the company claims the products do is what the products actually do. Why? because Neolife has a group of scientists who develop and research products, and before it is brought to the market, it has been tested thoroughly. Number two, people are number one in our business. Our customers, our distributors, our staff members, these are the most important ingredients of our business. Number three, products that work. Okay, so when the company says the carotenoid complex will increase your immune system by 37% within 20 days, that has been researched, developed, and documented to be true. Number opportunity for everybody. Anybody who joins this business starts at exactly the same level. Whether you're a CEO or a plumber or a housewife or a driver, anybody who joins this business joins at the bottom and starts at the same place. And the last one is a long-range vision. That's why we say our business is a 2 to 5 year. We say that give this business 2 to 5 year plan. Put in your effort with total faith. Within 2 to 5 years, you'll be financially independent. What is financial independence? We mean that if your current income dries up, you don't have to worry because you've built a business that is able to earn you and sustain your family. So, Neolife started in the USA in 1958, came to Africa in South Africa in 1971, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda in 96 and 97. But today, if you're a guest, Neolife has reached your doorstep. Okay, so we want to welcome you to join this journey with us. Those are the various countries where Neolife operates in Africa, with Europe, the Americas, Mexico, Australia, the Philippines, Japan. Why do people start this business? For example, why did Betty and I start this business? We started this business because we wanted to make extra money. But that extra money has turned into a full-time career that has really fulfilled our dreams beyond our wildest dream. I mean, in 1999, I fired my boss and went to business full-time. That is what our business does, okay? So if you're a guest, I don't know what your reason for doing this business is. Some people start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some want to build their dream homes. Some want to buy cars. Some people like sports cars. Some people like good family cars. I don't know what your dream is. What is your reason for doing this business? Some people want a beach house. Some people want money. I know some people, there's a common saying that money is not the most important thing in life. I agree. But it ranks somewhere with oxygen. Without money, you can easily die. I mean, for some people, $200 or $300 extra can mean a difference between living and dying. So we take this business very, very seriously, and because we learn how to make money. Some people join the business initially because they want to be physically fit and healthy, so they are focused on using the health products. So when you start the business, you're going to be registered with Neolife as a distributor. That is a history of our business, 60 years plus, operating in over 50 countries. And we've got a group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board, and the material they research and the papers they write are peer-reviewed by United States Department of Agriculture, Center for Disease Control, the Global Science Network. So many different international scientific organizations review the research papers done by our company. Okay, so what are the products that Neolife manufactures? Neolife manufactures 4 ranges. The first range is a cleaning range of products. As I said earlier, every single person uses soap. Why? Because they need to keep clean. Okay. The second range of products is personal care and skincare products. Why? Because the largest organ in your body is your skin. So you need to take good care of it. And the other range is the nutrition range of products. This is the highest selling range of our products. Why is that? Because your health is your greatest wealth. If your health is finished, your mission in life is finished. All right? Now let's see. What do you do to build this business? To build this business, of course, the first step, you need to register as a distributor with Neolife. When you register, you're going to get a business kit. and you buy the product at roughly 20% less the retail cost. And you do three things every day. The first one, use the products. Why do you need to use the products? You need to use the products because it makes sense for you to support your own business. I mean, if I have a dealership, for example, I own a Toyota dealership. If I want to buy a car, where am I going to buy a car? It doesn't make sense to go and buy a Mercedes and you're owning a Toyota dealership. Okay? You need to be your own best customer. So the first thing you need to do is you need to use your product. The second reason you need to use your product is the people you're recommending these products to want to know that you also believe in what you are recommending. All right? What is the second? So because Neolife is registered in 50 different countries, and each country has got its own currency, the company has designed what we call a PV system, point value system. This is used to measure the size of business in various countries. So we say that your goal is to use at least 100 points in your home, you together with your friends. The second thing you need to do in our business daily is to share two things. One, the business opportunity, and share the product. Let's talk about sharing the business opportunity. What does that mean? That you need to introduce other people to become users of the products, and they register with the company as distributors. Okay? Let me say these 6 people you introduce, and each of them does 100 PV. What have you done? You've built a business of 700 PV, and when you do that, you do 700 PVs, and your income is about $45 a month. That's profit and bonus. The next thing you do is you teach everybody whom you've registered to also introduce their friends and relatives. Let's say at the top right-hand corner, you introduce that person to introduce to, and those two introduce to. You'll eventually build a 700-point unit. This is just an example for demonstration purposes. It could be more, it could be less. But let's say you introduce 700, that person on the right-hand side introduces 2, each who introduced 2. Eventually, you build a 700 PV unit, plus your own 600 gives you 1,300 PV. Your income is about $90 a month. You become a senior manager. Your next step is to teach all those people you've introduced to the business also to build 700 PV units. When you do that, you have 700 times 6 plus your own 100 gives you 4,300 PV. You become a director, and your income is between $580 and $700. Sometimes it can reach 900, 1,000, depending on the volume you generate. That's the amount of income you can earn. But the other thing you do in our business is you share the products. What does that mean? It means that some people will not be interested in the business. These are the people we sell products to as customers. And because they are not registered, we make a profit from them of about 20%. The third thing we do every day in our business is personal development. What is that? That means you need to grow yourself as a person, your knowledge, your skill, and your attitude. You've got, as your sponsor is a person who invited you, and you've got a support system. What does your sponsor and support system do? They help with training, they help with support, and they help you with personal development. The idea is for them to teach you to do what they do. It's called duplication. And the better they teach you how to build this business, the faster your business will grow. Okay? But I know there are some people watching this presentation and saying, Pascal, I'm not interested in $200. I want more. If you want more, just help more people in your organization to become directors. If you build one person under you to be a director, your income reaches about $1,000 plus, and you become a sapphire director. If you build 3 people to be directors in different legs, your income goes to about $2,000. If you build 6, your income jumps to about $5,000 plus. So your level of success depends on how much you support the people who are in your team. So before I go on, I'd like to welcome Paul back, to invite our guest speaker for this evening. Paul?
Thank you so much, Pascal, for taking us through such a brief and exciting presentation. And just if you are a guest, you now know that it's not complicated. It's something that you can be able to do at the comfort of your home or wherever you are. And it's just a few basics that we are asking you to be able to be part of, and then you can be able to build your business. So thank you so much, Pascal. He has been able to break it down to what we do. And I believe that whoever is on this call as a guest, we have been able to relate. So without much ado, I want to welcome our guest speaker for tonight. This is a lady, I saw her come to this opportunity. She's a nature by profession, but beside all that, her busy schedule and all that, she has been able to build one of the most, expanding business across Africa. She's having a great business in Europe. She's having a great business in US. And she just told me the other day, Paul, look, I've taken this business right to Pascal's doorstep in South Africa. So she has really been able to build a great business. And I want her to be able to share with us how she has been able to do that. So I just want to welcome our WOW team member, Grace Chege, to be able to share with us. Grace, can you be able to hear me?
Yes, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much, Pascal. Yes, I'm coming down to South Africa and I'm very excited this evening to be on this call. My name is Grace Chege and thank you, Pascal, for the wonderful presentation. And hi to all East Africans and all our guests tonight. I'm a mother and I'm married and my name is Grace Chege. I joined the business of Neolife when I was working. I'm a HR by profession, and I'm also a wife. So when I got this business, I was busy like many other people, very, very busy. And I got a message that never excited me. And so I never went for the meeting. I stayed almost 6 months without attending that meeting. But I thank God for the person who was inviting me, was really pushing me. He was always sending me a message. So if you're a guest and someone has pushed you to this corner of this Zoom call today, you're in the right place. So, and I thank God, those are my sponsors, Isaac and Purity. So when I first attended the meeting, I was kind of confused because they talked about products and they talked about health. And me, as per the message that I was given, I was told there is money. And I had attended that meeting with a mind of they are going to start talking about money. So just like today, the meeting started and I became a little bit impatient. And that day I remember very well, if I left that meeting, I don't know where I'll be today. So I sat and they explained about the products. I was not listening, but you see, I was at the front, so I had to behave. I'm a person of discipline and I'm a HR, so I had to really try to stay along in that meeting. But wow, they started talking about money. And my big reason or my why to go to that meeting is because I'd seen on the SMS that you can get extra income. And maybe you could ask me, Grace, why did you really want the money and you had a job? I have seen like here in Kenya, many people pride in jobs. And they even don't look at this opportunity because they have a salary. I was just like those people. But there's a need that came in my life. When we get married, we always say for better, for worse. And unfortunately, from 2011, my husband started becoming ill. And in the same year, we were planning to go to India. So before he fell sick, his businesses started going down. And I became the only breadwinner. With a young family, I was thinking every day, I need to do something. And I remember I was still preparing to take my husband to India. So I was going down financially and the salary was not enough. That's why I got confused when I got into that meeting and they started talking about products. and I wanted to hear the issue of the money. So today, I want to thank everyone who joined on time, and you're still here. Be patient. So to cut the story short, I joined, and I was really attracted by the mood I got in that hall. I will never forget. People were so excited. You know, people were getting awards, and something caught my eye. What caught my eye were the professionals I got there. I saw there professionals from all kinds of backgrounds, and I started asking myself, where have I been? You mean such things happen in Nairobi and I don't know? So I got excited, and people were being recognized. And at the end of the meeting, I didn't have the money. Because, you know, I've told you my story, I was struggling. So what happened? I had 1,000 shillings. And I remember Purity really pressed me to give that 1,000 shillings. And I gave it. So what happened? After 3 days, what I saw there was in my mind like a movie. It was rolling every day, and I was thinking, what if I can become like those people? So it's very good to visualize what you want to do and where you want to go. So in 3 days, I got the money. I started. And I was a bit afraid because I was thinking, where will I get time? That was one of my biggest fears. My biggest fear was that. I really wanted to succeed. I didn't know this business, but I was told about attending training. And this one has kept me up to where I am today. So the first month, I became a senior manager. And I remember my first check was around $14. That's 1,400 Kenyan shillings. And that check, I was too excited. I went and shared with my colleagues in the office. Remember, in the office setup, I was like kind of boss because I'm a head of department. So I knew people will sing my song. But unfortunately, they told me, oh, hizo vitu za kuuza madawa. That means like, you know, you are selling medicine. Grace, you're a HR. What are those things that you're doing? I told them, this is a good business. I tried to explain, but my friends gave me a no. I remember some 2 colleagues, I came with them at ICA, where our office for Kenya is. They came for the meeting, and after the meeting, they told me, Grace, we can't waste our time. Actually, they told me this is a hoax. So I will tell you, I started getting afraid a bit because I'm a professional, and I was thinking, I think I'm in the wrong business. And I kept going for the training. I thought, okay, maybe it's the right business. So I had this fear, will I succeed or not? I remember I just overcame my fears by attending the training. In 7 months, I told a few people, you know, some people said, okay, fine, we shall join. Others joined, others didn't. In 7 months, I became a director. And I remember when my check was 1,400 shillings, I remember I showed my husband also. He was not very, you know, he was not very okay with the business because sometimes I was getting late and I'm getting home late. And remember, he's still unwell. So when you look at where I'm coming from, I didn't start very well. I didn't have support at home. But when I saw he didn't want the business, I quietly did it without involving him so much. But when I became a director, my check was Kenya shillings 58,000. And this one made me feel like I could just stand on top of KICC and tell everybody that this business works. Because that was enough for me to see that employment is a lie. Why am I saying this? Because I thank God I've been employed, and I got employed when I was very young. But right in the office, I used to be in charge of the office, and their home was about that money. And me, I was still going to work 8 to 5, then part-time in the evening, I do this business. Then in 7 months, I became a director. So that money, I took it home. It was a check. I showed my husband, and he got very excited. And he started telling me how we are going to do this business. Remember, this is the same guy who had told me this business is for Madawa. Madawa means medicine, for those who can't hear our Kiswahili. Why I'm saying this, because there are people who are going to steal your dreams if you are new here. And some of them are not very far away from where you are. My husband was very close to me, and every time I went home, he's the first person I talked to, and maybe the last person I talked to. So what happened? He got very excited and he started supporting me. Actually, before that meeting, people had not known my husband before I became a director. And this guy started coming for the meetings. Why? Because he had seen the money. I remember even we were taken to Intercon. We started going for dinner. In 11 months, we became Sapphire directors. And I remember our first flight was in Sun City. And when I got to Sapphire director, our check hit 87,000. And even it went more. This is why I'm saying this. If you are here tonight, I want you to understand that in 11 months, I was making more than 80,000 part-time. There are people who have been in civil service for forever, civil service or even private sector here in Kenya, and they earn less than that. And when you call them to such meetings, they tell you, no, I'm busy. That is how I was. So I remember when we went to Sun City, it was very exciting. It was our first flight and we were treated very well. After that, we went to Cape Town. After Cape Town was Mauritius in 2018. And in 2019, last year, we went to Abu Dhabi. I want you to understand, with the kind of salary and with the kind of struggle I had with a sick husband, this was a life I could not afford. And please, it is good for me to be honest with you. I could not afford, because remember the time I was joining Your Life, I was just thinking about going to India. And I want to say this products work, because after my husband coming back from India, he used omega-3 salmon. He had an issue that made him go for surgery of the nerves, and he had a complication of blood pressure. And these products work. I don't want to talk about that so much, because he's a real testimony today and he's well. So what have I done, or what made difference for me to get here? I remember even last year after Abu Dhabi, I went for Ruby orientation in Sandton in South Africa. And I was so excited. We were the only Kenyans with my husband who were taken by the company of New Life from Kenya. We really enjoyed the Ruby orientation in Sandton. Life was good. And let me tell you, where could I afford such a life of traveling from one country to another? What if I stuck to my mindset of just thinking how I am a good HR? Are you a teacher? Who is listening to me here tonight? I don't know. Maybe your level of education is making you not to see this business. I'm a graduate, and I can tell you there are many graduates like me living in poverty. But today I thank God my life has changed. And I'm so different from my mind. So what made me to come all the way is making some decision. Decision number one, I decided I will not listen to people who are telling me this business does not work. And I decided that when I was a senior manager. Who is your company? Which people are you talking to? I'm going to ask you that. Because I remember I stopped some of my friends. I said I'll not have an enmity with them. Only what I did, I became wiser. I never went for coffee with them, because every time we went for coffee, we were wasting time. And you need to prospect in our business, distributors. You need to talk to people. So I had to create time. Remember, I never left my job. I created time. If you want to succeed, you must create time. Don't say, I'm busy, where I work. That is not your company. You're living somebody's dream if you're employed. Come on and wake up. That is somebody's dream. If you're employed, don't say, my company. That's not your company. Me, for where I've been working, I've been an HR there for 15 years. Being a HR for 15 years does not make that my company. It's not my company. So what happened? I decided to build my business. And I said I'm going to overcome my fears. Fear number one, I had a fear of telling my friends about supplements. I was so fearful because some of them were rejecting me. They were telling me, Grace, we are very young. We just left campus the other day. Why are you telling us to take food supplement? Is it madawa zako? And I kept trying. And I want to tell you, Patience is very important. Some of them right now have joined my business. I became patient. I just, I said, what? You're not joining? Like one of my friends called Joy. She told me, Grace, never call me for such meetings. But Joy right now is someone who desperately needs this opportunity because Joy has lost her job. But do you know what? Me, I'm making money when I'm seated in the house, even with COVID. Can I tell you something? With COVID, I have developed a director in United States of America because of having patience. And I want to say that the team I'm having right now in the US came from our home country, Kenya. The patience I have had to build my network in Meru County and in other counties in Kenya. Patience. There is no free money in New Life. Be patient, because when I came to New Life, I found people earning $500,000. And the first check was only 1,400. And I was told, Grace, to get to where you want, you must make some decisions. You must say what you're going to live. So today I'm so excited. I can say so much because I'm excited. I have seen people, the greatest joy I have in my life is the people who are in my team and making extra income, is the people I have supported. But some of the people, I'll tell you, they came without knowing how to do this business. I encouraged them. I reminded them. Some of the people in my team, they know I can be a nag. I can remind you about what you need to do. But do you know what? That patience has carried the day. The love of people. People are number one. That's one of our values. The love for people has made me get to where I am, because I noticed in this business, the more I support people, and especially I always say, I work with people who are committed. If you're not committed, it is hard to work with you. I am so excited about committing my time. I was able to commit my time, about getting patience, and I overcame my fears. I didn't want to sell, but today I'm selling. I'm selling on Facebook. I'm selling today. This evening, I've just received a product, a daily vitality pack of somebody who just wanted CalMag. I have a Facebook page where I sell products, and he wanted CalMag, but when we talked, he has bought daily vitality pack. What am I saying? I've developed new skills. Not only the HR skills I had, I have gone through a lot of training. I want to say this as I wind up. It is important to know that you can only grow up to the level of your mindset. I don't know what you're thinking about, but I always tell people it doesn't matter where you were born. In your life, it's always a new day when you start. I'm so excited. I've seen people in my team come without no education. They're just maybe class 8 dropouts. They've come. They've just Form 4 leavers, and today they are directors. I'm so happy I have an international presence. And in the last 6 years, what has happened is, it is so much, and I thank God for that. For distributors who are here, number one, you must be ready for rejection, because rejection is an ingredient of success. And I have come to know that day by day, because the people who rejected me, my professional friends who told me, they can't buy Trienen, they are really buying Trienen from me. And that's why Pascal has said, he has said, not everyone will join, but some of them never bought then, but they are buying now. So I'm eating their money. I'm making profits from their money. But remember in 2014, when I was just so new, they told me they can't buy. But there are some of them, unfortunately, they have the lifestyle diseases now. So they have to use my Trienen. So the other thing, distributors, I'll tell you, avoid wishing. This wishing like, I wish I can be like so-and-so. Avoid procrastination. Avoid self-pity. I could have drowned in self-pity when I saw people coming into New Life, bypassing me. I was a senior manager. I came earlier than them, and they got to director before me. This is not a competition. God will bless you if you keep doing the basics and have the patience. So avoid self-pity. Be an action person. Be a now person. There's a friend of mine I invited here tonight, and I told him there is no need of you saying what you're going to do or what you wish or the procrastinations you're going to have. You need to be on that Zoom at 8. And I'm so excited I've seen him here. So the other thing I'll say, be patient. Be patient for our distributors who have just begun this business, I can tell you, you will overcome all those things. I've been able to see my relatives giving me a no. And some of them, they are looking at me this time of COVID and telling me, Grace, do you have time for you to share with me this business? And I tell them, no, I don't have time. Let's meet on Zoom. You know, now it's my time to give them what they gave me. In a good way, yes. So let me tell you, this business is a multimillionaire making business. We are not in a kiosk business. So don't be told by these people at your do nafanya nini. No, me, I'm so confident. And the confidence has come, number one, out of the training and using these products. And the confidence of flying from one country to another. How could I have gotten such a life? I don't know. Keep your word. Keep your word, distributors. You came to this business and you said you want to be supported. Keep your word. It is not your upline directors to follow you. You are here to build your dreams. Keep your word and remind God what you want. Remember, this is your business. And that one I have been able to see day by day, because I have been able to grow my business without excuses. I have never given my upline a hard time. And I have seen the blessing of God. So today, distributors, I want to say, be patient and be ready for rejection, and you shall overcome. And our products work, because today, I have seen the customers who had refused coming back to me. I've seen the growth of people. I've seen great things happen. I've seen the blessing of God. And I can't wait for my next step. I can tell you, I'm so ready. I'm feeling so charged. And this evening, people from East Africa and the guests who are listening to me, don't be here for a sweet story. Guests, please make your decision right now. Even if it is borrowing, do anything to start this business. Because I've seen people borrow to start this business, and today they are not borrowing. You sitting there and say, oh, Munione Uruma, you know, there is COVID, please pay for me, Grace. No, I will not pay for you. You have to pay the price. So thank you so much. And Paul, I'm so excited. I can continue up to tomorrow. For now, let me leave it there. And I thank all the East Africans and the people on this call. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Grace. That is an amazing message that you have been able to give to everybody who's on this call. I think, you know, if you're a guest on this call, you have every single reason to be able to join this business, because most of the business fail because they don't get support. But Grace has been able to tell you the kind of support that she has been able to get in this business. And I'm quite excited to see her grow to the level she is. Grace, people have wished you the next, they just tell you the next step is just PT. There is no question about that. So we are totally excited and happy that you have been able to share with us. And when she's talking about employment, you know, during this time of COVID, I just received a message right now from one of my closest friends who works in one of the biggest hotels in Kenya. They have been not working, out of work since the month of March. And today afternoon, they just got a message and they were all laid off. So about 400 employees of a certain hotel in Kenya, they are jobless. So you can imagine if somebody had just tied his hopes and everything that he has in that kind of employment. I'm sure you'll be able to hear about it in our televisions and media, social media very soon, but it's really sad. And that is why you can see Grace as an HR. She can be able to come out and tell you there is more comfort in your own business than employment. And we are giving you that chance today so that you can be able to reach out and you know, start your own business. You'll start small, but with time it will be able to grow to whatever you want it to be. So we are happy and we thank God for everybody who checked in our call today. If you're a guest, once we finish this meeting, talk to the person who invited you here. They'll be able to show you, or you can be able to join, and you'll start building your small business. And guess what? The good thing about our business, you choose when to retire, you choose when to work, you choose everything for yourself. So it's an amazing place to be. And, you know, I can only recommend it for you today. And our distributors, let's carry on. You have been able to listen to Grace. Wonderful message from Grace. Patience is everything. and taking action on daily basis, it will take you to the place where you want to be. So I just want to thank you for joining us today. I want to take us back to Pascal so that he can be able to close our meeting tonight. Pascal, can you hear me? All right, let me see whether Pascal is muted. Pascal, you can still unmute yourself so that you can close our meeting today. Pascal,
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Please go ahead and
Fantastic.
close the meeting for us.
Okay, before Grace goes, I'd like to tell Grace that I've put an air conditioner behind my computer so that it doesn't blow up from the fire and the excitement I'm feeling from Nairobi. That's really fantastic. The other thing I'd like to tell you that I really identified what Grace said. When I started the business, a friend of mine told me, Pascal, you're an engineer and you're selling soap. They don't tell me that anymore. So, you see, Grace told you about lifestyle. I remember last year, Betty and I attended a Ruby orientation course in Johannesburg. But before I get there, I'd like to share with you some of the things that Neolife has put in place to make sure this is a fully home-based business. You can actually build your business from your house without leaving. Of course, you need to go outside and get some vitamin D from the sun. But since March the 26th, South Africa has been on lockdown, and Betty and I have been building our business from the house. Ordering products, you can order products from your house without leaving. If you're in Kenya, you can pay for your products by mobile money. Tanzania, I think Nigeria also. If you're in South Africa, you do electronic transfer. If you're registering new distributors, you can do it online. If you want to manage your business, the company creates for you a personal website where you can manage and monitor your business. Training is done locally or internationally by Zoom. So that's why you've been able to train distributors in Sweden. I think I saw a distributor from Milan in Italy, if I'm not very wrong. Delivery of products, the company has contracted different companies to deliver your products up to the doorstep. Payment is online or by money transfer. Payment of bonuses is also by electronic funds transfer or mobile money. So this is a fully automated business that you can actually run from your home without leaving. Okay, that's the Ruby orientation venue that Grace was talking about. Betty and I attended the orientation in October last year. The place is fantastic. The rooms is like the rooms of a king. They treat you like royalty. Why? Because you've been able to build for the company a live distributorship. Okay, so I encourage those of you who haven't reached that level of Ruby, put your shoulder to the wheel, push this business, and the company will reward you for the effort. Those are some of the distributors who attended the Ruby orientation school last year in October. Some distributors from Tanzania, from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Namibia, from Mozambique, South Africa. So people from different regions attended the Ruby orientation school. For those of you who are guests, I'm sure you're asking yourself, how do I get started? Speak to the person who invited you for this presentation. They will give you an application form. You fill in your details. The registration fee is in South Africa is between 690 and 2,700 rand. In Kenya is 6,820 or 8,340. In Nigeria is 22,500 naira. In Tanzania is 133,000 Tanzania shillings or 162, depending on the kit type. In Uganda is 196,000 Tanzania shillings. So there are different packages for different regions. For those of you who are guests, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And something that Grace said that really attracted my attention that I have been thinking about most of the week is this. This business is very simple, but it's not easy. That's number one. Number two, you're going to get challenges in this business. As Lisa Nichols says, you cannot download or Google courage or strength or discipline. Those things you can build when you get obstacles, when you get rejections, when you get no's, when people tell you it won't work. That's when you're going to develop the courage and the discipline to become successful. So for those of you who are guests, I would like to tell you that if you keep doing what you're doing, you will always get what you've always got. But if you change, and if you do what your others are not able to do, one day or tomorrow, you'll be able to do what others cannot do. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Wish you the best, man. Thanks, and goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Pascal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.